What are we doing? It's not going to be edited either, so it's like straight through, yeah.
Yeah, and I just press record, so that's the first thing people are going to hear. I think that's a good way to start because it's going to be the world's worst video content ever made. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Long Ball Football's first ever attempt at video. Me and Barney just spent the last half an hour trying to get this to work, so I really hope this works. Barney, do you want to introduce what we're doing today?
Really excited for this.
Yeah.
This is right up my street. Um, Basically going to be going through every new kit from the Portuguese top tier for the 23-24 season, ranking them, debating them. We're going to sort of have them in tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not sure exactly what the letters stand for in the tiers, Albert. I don't know if you want to explain.
I'll be happy to run through. So A, B, C, and D are kind of self-explanatory. That's just A, B, C, and D. And then the S, I have no idea what it stands for. I guess it means super or
Super
special. Special.
special, yeah.
So basically, S is like the top one. S is like really special kit. We really like it. And then A, B, and C, and D. A is like good kit, very nice. B, meh. C getting a bit bad, and then D is like a stinker.
Hmm.
All right.
And there
Uh,
are some stinkers.
and there are some stinkers which we'll come on to. A couple of caveats. Not every team has released every kit. So we have at least one kit from every team. But some teams we only have one. One team we have four. Off the top of your head, Barney, do you know which team has released four kits?
Oh,
Don't look at the
oh.
preview at the bottom.
My guess was going to be Rio Ave because I feel like sometimes teams who have stripes usually have to release like a plain kit as well, and then like a
Mm.
plain color kit. And
Mm.
yeah, I guess Rio Ave then.
No, they're very modest. They've released two. Firenze have released four kits.
Oh, oh, they got
So
the black and white going. Ah, yeah, yeah. Well,
getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting ahead of ourselves. So we're going to do this and we're going to run through them in alphabetical order, Barney. Shall we start? Again, the production value on this is not going to be very good. These little pictures are really small. So we're just going to show you the big pictures on my desktop. So we're going to start with Aruka. We're going to do alphabetical order from A down to V for Rosella. Aruka have released one kit. It's their home kit. It's yellow. And I
what
don't
the?
mind this at all, Barney. What do you think? Here we go. Let's get a little close up.
I mean, I feel like there's only so much you can do with the
Yes.
all yellow. Um,
Yes, true.
I'm a
Who
big
is
fan
that,
of.
by the way?
That's the new striker, Cristo. Is it Cristo Gonzalez from Udinese?
Fucking
I'm
hell,
very.
he's been through a lot.
I mean, well, look at the tats of the kit; makes it look even better.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I mean, I'll come out straight away and say I'm a big fan of yellow kits. Yeah, there's something
Yes.
about the
Same.
color yellow. Love
Hmm.
Passos's kits last season.
Hmm.
Um, I do like it. It
Yeah.
I don't want to be blinded by the color because it is quite a plain template. But sometimes I feel like less is more. I love the little detail on the sleeve, the little
Yes. I was just zooming in on that. This little kind of sorry, the picture's a bit low res, but it's kind of textured quality on the
yeah.
sleeve. The little ribbing here. I don't know if people can see my cursor,
And
but
who's
the
the
ribbing
maker?
on this here.
Is it Skeeter or
I was going to say this to you. I cannot tell you something
I think it's
like
Skeeter, and I think they
Skeeter.
did them last season for Aruka. I can't think off the top of my head if they've done anyone else in the league.
Don't think so.
Um, but yeah, it's clean. You know what I mean? There's not
Clean.
too much. There's no faffing about. Nice blue shorts, yellow socks. Um, yeah, the collar shape's quite nice as well, as you can see on
Hmm.
Christo's tattooed neck there.
Again, another little detail on the shoulder. I quite like that.
Yeah, I quite like this album, particularly in this day and age of modern kits. I think this is they've kept it simple and they've got it right.
I feel like we're heading straight in for a B. What do you think? Or are you tempted by A?
No, I think B's fair. I think it's
Yeah.
not crazy special, is it? But it's a solid effort for
For a
Aruka.
solid yellow kit, they've done a good job. They haven't got
Hey,
anything wrong.
exactly like Aruka last season.
Oh, mate, love that. All right, straight in at B, Aruka. So, some big hitters straight away. We're going to Benfica. We're going to deal with the home kit first. And it's red with some white detailing. It's Adidas. I'll start with this one, Barney. Things I like. Chiquinho looks great here, by the way. What a handsome bloke. I quite like this collar detail. I quite like the way they've done that with the stripes, the Adidas. Don't mind it. It's fairly plain. I like the gold detail around the side.
Gold detail's nice.
The sponsor doesn't ruin it, doesn't stand out too much. It's a smart kit.
Uh, I'm not a fan of this template from Adidas. I like the
Mm.
new Adidas logo. I think that makes it look sharp. I'm not such a big fan of the collar, Albert. I think it's with the Adidas three stripes and the arms. I feel like the collar with the two stripes is slightly confusing for me.
That's a
Um,
good point.
the gold detailing is very nice though. I mean that if it didn't have that touch, this would be way down for me. But I think that touch of the gold, yeah, it's quite good. But
Mm.
I'm wasn't. It's better than last season for sure.
I was just about to
Um,
ask you that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So in that sense, yeah, I do quite rate it. Yeah, you can't go too wrong really with the like similar with Veruca. They've kept it quite simple, haven't they? They haven't tried to do too much.
Barney feels like another B to me, I have to say.
Yeah, I don't think I can fault this for
No,
yeah.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I do like it. I would never put it in like A though. But yeah, it's
No.
it's it's quite nice. All right, that's an easy one. Let's stick that in B alongside Aruka. And these on the line are in no particular order, by the way. So don't read too much into that. First big kit that we're going to discuss. This one caused a real stir. There it is. Benfica away. Now, this has caused a real stir online, Barney. Benfica fans are delighted with this. I believe these 5 colour stripes down the middle represent all the different colours on the badge. You can kind of see that there. They've gone bold. I think the black against the colour looks nice. One of the season's most popular kits. Barney, what have you got to say about
I don't like it, man.
it?
Look, so look, I'll just cut straight to it. It's the colors simply for me. The lines. I've always, if it was all black, I feel this would be like such a that'd be like an ice cold kit, man. Like the neck, the color is much better than the home kit. You know, it's crisp, and similar with the lack of detailing on the sleeves as well. It's a really bold black and white. But for me, man, when I see those colors, I don't know. It's like tube lines or like subway
That is
lines,
a great point because
and
we both from London. That
yeah,
reminds me of the TFL
yeah, yeah,
tube
yeah.
map. Yeah.
And it's just a bit too much. It's like I don't know. The colors aren't the most interesting. They're just like the primary colors, but essentially, aren't they? And like
Mm.
it's just I don't know. If you take those away, for me, this is a ridiculous kit. Just the plain black, with the badge being the only sort of detail of color. I think the detailing with the lines just make it a bit too messy for me. But then this is it. I'm a fan of simplicity with my kits, and
Yes.
I completely understand when people like I do understand why people are going with it, but for me, I don't know. I just can't think something about the tube.
So for me, I'm. This is just. I just don't love it as much as everyone else. Basically, I don't mind it at all. I think it's quite nice, and I appreciate the fact that they're doing something a bit different. The one thing I will say about this kit, I think this is one of those kits that will look better on the players on the pitch in a game because
Mm.
some shirts, they look good in the promo photos, they look good on the pitch, and you get them in the hand, and you just think, oh, it looks a bit cheap, doesn't quite work. I think that's the situation with this kit. I think this will look good, on a Champions League night under the
Oh yeah, I was
lights.
gonna say
I think that'll be
TNT.
better. That said, though, I don't love it. Yeah, I'm not. It hasn't caught me in the way that some people will. Before we did this, would have been a C or a D for you? Because I'm sensing it would be one of the two.
Yeah, looking at a bit more detail now, and like I mentioned, I think the collar's really nice, and the lack of
Mm.
detail on the sleeves make it look crisp. So I'm tempted to go C. I don't think it's quite a D for me.
I think I'd agree
But
with you on C. Yeah, go on.
yeah, the home shirt is better if you're comparing the two. So yeah, stick it on a
Well,
C.
listen, please don't unsubscribe too fast, Benfica fans, but that's going in the C. Right, next club. Boavista have treated us to 3 kits. Let's start with the home. There it is. Ooh, I
Wasn't
have
it?
to say, I think that is pushing it. Yeah, Barney, mate, I do not like this.
Oh, I mean, we've been texting about it. I think quite
Yeah,
simply, you don't fuck with checks. You just like checkered
this is
shirts.
it. This is it. How hard is it just to do a black and white checked kit?
Mm,
Well, just do the black and white checks, stick a logo on it, and it's like the simplest kit to get right. So my problems with this, the different sized checks at the top and the bottom is an abomination. That is a
mm,
disgrace, right? Just pick one. I don't like the small checks. I want them to go for the big checks. They had small checks last year, and I didn't like it.
mm,
2, the sponsor looks horrendous.
mhm.
Just the red, and they've left a gap. I don't like it at all. Kelme, I don't mind Kelme usually. I've got a bit of a soft spot for them, but I just feel like they got this one bang wrong. The checks don't continue on the sleeve or on the back. It's just, for me, it's just, how have they managed to get something which was so simple to get right and they got it so wrong?
Yeah, you just can't look away from it. It's like do you know what it reminds me of? There was a Newcastle kit a couple of seasons ago where because
With
of
the thin stripes.
yeah, no, I was going to say with the way the collar detail went, it made it look like a four on their
Yeah,
chest.
remember that. Remember that.
And it just was too confusing. It was just weird. It just wasn't quite right. And this is the same thing. You just can't look past it. It's just a really strange decision. I guess we say don't fuck with Czech, and the creative guys are probably like, oh, we got to do something. What can we do? What can we?
But do you know what? They should treat it like Ajax. They never try and do too much. And they get it right.
You just need to look at the Croatia kits as well. Like you usually bang out some really nice, like even when they have the gap for the numbers, that's clean and that works. But they haven't. This is not a good one. But for a nice sort of link out, the next two kits don't disappoint in my opinion for Vista.
But this will be our first D, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, in it goes. Sorry, Wojciech. Well, as you alluded to, the two other kits are a lot better. So this is the away kit. Now, I like it. I like it, and I think I'm going to say I like it a lot.
I love it.
It's kind of a gold color. They've gone for you can you see this? The faint check behind.
Oh, I didn't see the faint check.
Can you see that?
That's
with the kind of
detail.
distressed pattern on top. The thing this does so well is just the gold and the black. So simple.
Man. And like you mentioned, the sponsors all black in this one as well, which really
fits in lovely. Yeah. Nice little collar, nice sleeves.
Mate,
I think it's a hit.
This is really high for me. When I saw this, I was like, wow. Because you mentioned the sort of like is it shading or the sort of like, it's not all gold. There's a little bit of
there's like these kind of distressed areas, as you can see.
I absolutely love that. Because it just works so well with and now you've mentioned the faint checks. I'm just like, oh wow. This is right up there for me. This is one of my favorite kits.
See, this is attention to detail done well. On the home kit, it's attention to detail, which you didn't need, and it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, Barney, I'm not prepared to put it in S.
Ooh.
For me. I do like it, but it's not an S for me. I'll happily put it in as an A.
I'd be
if you feel really strongly, we'll do it. But for me, this is an A, like a really good kit, done nicely, done well.
Let's put it for A for now. But if we come to the end and when I've seen everything else, I might have to push it up.
That's fair. Okay,
I really like this kit.
That's fair. And let's do the alternate kit, like a third kit. I don't know when they're going to use this. They actually used it as a one-off last season. Is this Abascal? I can't remember. This picture was from his contract renewal. I just love it. Look at that. But they've gone retro, Barney, and I think they've gone retro well.
Yeah, is it anniversary or centenary or
maybe 120 maybe?
Yeah. I when I saw this, I was like, wow, as well. This is once again it's simplicity, isn't it? The collars are really nice detail. I mean, to be fair, it's not too dissimilar from was it Casapia's last season, which had the similar sort of collar detail. But this is this particularly the different emblem as well, the traditional BFC, like that just looks really good. Black and white is always is a good bet. You don't see too many black and white kits, so they always stand out. I like this. I like it. I don't know. My only thing would be maybe is the collar too much with the string in. I don't know.
I think it's a lot, but because it's not their main kit and it's just like a special and it's a throwback, I'm happy to. I'm on board.
So, were you sticking it as an A, or are we?
I think it's another A. Yeah.
I don't mind it.
All right, let's put that one in.
So that's not bad for Boa Vista, was that? Two A's and a
two A's, but then a D. So
and for your home kit as well, which they probably don't have to change that often either, do they?
Exactly. So there you go. All right, we're moving down to Braga. We've got a home and away for Braga. That's all I could find. I don't think they've released an away shirt. Let's start with the home. Go on.
There is a third shirt in there which is absolutely banging.
Oh, they just dropped. All right, we'll get that up on the internet after this. Apologies, that's my fault. Home, Barney.
This is the change to Puma, isn't it? Is it from Hummel?
Yes.
It's a bit Matrix, isn't it? The sort of D10 in the red.
Yeah, it's a little bit Matrix. Now, I might have to do a bit of Googling here. But the problem that I have with this kit, right? So I'll come out and say it straight away. For me, it's a miss, right? I don't like it. I'm not a big fan. I don't hate it. I just don't like it. The big problem I have with this kit, right, is that when they did this kit launch, and I'll have to Google this and get it up. They did like a thing the day before where they showed this retro kit by Puma.
Yes.
They were saying we're going back to Puma, and they were like, referencing the past, and it was this beautiful kit,
Stunning.
red. It was like this plain red with the white sleeves, but it had the collar, really simple. And I'm like, wow, they're gonna smash it. Next day, we get this, and I was a bit like, oh, okay. Should I try and find that thing?
Because I'm exactly the same with you. I was like that when seeing all the hype and the build up, I was like, oh, hello. Do you know what? Because I'm not a fan of Puma. Puma kits. I think they generally quite miss and they try to be too clever. And whereas with this and like you were saying about the build up with the referencing to the old Puma kits, they've done way too little. Oh, that's the third kit.
There you go. Little sneak preview.
But yeah, they said they've done way too little. It's just like it's not very much at all, really, with this weird, like we said, the Matrix thing. And also, I can't stop but read the sponsor as Mosh Pit rather it's like moosh.pt, and I just read Mosh Pit.
Mosh Pit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to try and find this thing, but it possibly won't come up. But they shared an image of this. It was on Twitter. Anyway, they shared a picture of this retro kit, but it was so much nicer than the other one.
And if you stick a collar in there, man, then I feel like
it was this image.
Oh yes. How big's the Puma logo as well on that?
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Oh, okay, Ojogo. Thanks very much, guys.
I don't want to get in too much, but Ojogo is my worst for sort of getting news. The translation takes ages, and it's such a fiddly website.
This was the image that they shared. Beautiful kit, really nice. Even like in the classic way that the sponsors used to look great back in the day as well. And then as I said,
and then you end up with that.
Not for me. So, what are we thinking? C.
Yeah, and I guess as well, it feels like they should have done something massive. They're potentially going to be in the Champions League, on the big stage, and you turn up with that one. No, I'm a C for that one as well. I wouldn't. Yeah, I can't really go D. It's not dreadful, but
no. It's a C. It's just a bit lazy.
Yeah.
And then we get the away kit. Oh, Barney, it's depressing. What is this?
I mean, you look at what I like about it is the sort of the blue and white outward badge. We are
going to really disagree on this. We are really going to disagree. That's the worst bit.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you why. I'm not going to say anything.
It's the worst bit, not the Oh, hello.
What's that? What's that?
That's the Rosella badge.
That's the Rosella badge, right? What's that? It's the same thing when you put it in blue. It's the Rosella badge. Can we see that? That's one of my biggest problems with this kit. Yeah.
For me, the worst bit is this weird sort of checkered tablecloth thing going on.
Okay, so we're getting distracted here. I knew this would happen, but I've seen this done amazingly.
Oh, really?
Look at this. I bought this shirt for my mate. I'm never going to find it. What's it called? Gingham? Is it called Gingham check? It's not Gingham. What's it called? That kind of check. I'm never going to be able to.
I'm trying to pitch the kit now because I feel like
this is an iconic kit. I don't know who the model is. I apologize for laughing. But this Jamaica shirt where it had the check that kind of fades up, mate. Look at that.
Yeah, legendary. That would have looked.
That's like better. An ugly classic. Do you know what I mean? Ugly classic. But yeah,
because this is just
it's like a template and not a good.
Because also, mate, can you imagine the Champions League badge and the sleeve of that? It just looks so poor.
It's not a Champions League kit. That's not a Champions League kit.
Hey, and do you know what? You've got to right through the club. If you've got to have that Champions League mentality if you want to get there, and this kit's from Puma.
It's not it.
Not it at all.
Are we going to say D?
Yeah, I'd go D for this. I think this is horrible.
Stick it in there. But as you said, apologies to the viewers at home. I missed this. They've got, so we'll find it now. They've got a new third kit. And you're right, I did see it on Instagram or something. And I completely forgot about it. Am I going to find it now? Here we go. Look at that.
Ooh.
So that's much nicer. It's a shame that that's not the away kit.
Yeah,
Kind of a nicer color.
I definitely get to wear. Oh, look at
Yeah,
the badge and that as well.
yeah.
That's nice,
Actually,
man.
yeah.
That's really nice.
Actually, when I look at these, not a fan. But I get it. I get that you can't really have a red badge in a blue kit. But that's quite nice. So for me, that's more like a B.
Yeah, that's definitely a B for me.
Yeah. Oh, well, I haven't got it in this section, so we
I'll
can't
definitely
track it
wear
in.
that
But
against Shabs.
yeah, that'd be nice. Remember that. All right, Braga, do better next year. Okay, let's move on to Casapia. Casapia have gone to Adidas. Um,
Ooh,
I forget who they were with last year. I think it
same.
was Macron.
Yes, it might have been.
But they've got Adidas and Barney. You were saying that Benfica kit with the black, they just took that out. I mean, that's pretty much this.
Yeah, yeah.
Very simple,
Yeah,
but nice.
yeah. I do like. I like black kits in general, but the thing I particularly like about this, the badge is slightly brighter. It's like a darker
Mm,
black, isn't it? And that's really
mm,
stands out.
yeah.
Quite like the sponsor as well. It's not too much.
Do you
This
know what?
is
I'm just going to show the away in again because it's kind of the same thing, just inverted. I like the touch of
that
red. So
screams Fulham to me. That one. I don't.
it's quite Fulham, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite Fulham. But look, I think you see them as a pairing. It's a very safe pairing, but I
I
think it's
feel like.
effective.
Yeah, I guess that's the only downfall for Casapira is there's only so much you can do. You go black
Yeah,
and you go white, and that's about it, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no sort of deviation from the color scheme. So I mean, these are both solid.
Yeah.
Um,
I think they're both Bs for me, Barney. Just nice
yeah,
kits, done well, don't take any risks, but do the job and look pretty good. I mean, that looks clean. I like that. I like the
yeah,
away
that
one.
is clean. I think I
But
like
not
the
A.
what.
I don't think they've done enough to be an A. To be an
I
A, I
like,
think you have to have a little bit of something extra, you know?
yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah,
All right, let's stick them both in B. Not bad work, Casapia. All right, we're getting on to some gems now because Shavs have come up with, in my opinion, some of the best kits this season. And it's our first look at Lakatoni, who I think are an
ooh,
underrated brand. Let's go home first. It's nice, Barney. I like it. You get that kind of blue and red stripes, a little bit of gold, a little bit of navy. You get this kind of detail in the stripes again. Sorry, it's a little bit low res. But you
because
can see,
last season they went. Sorry, have they still got like social distancing seating going
I
on?
think they've not bothered to take it off.
um, but the socks. Hello, I like that with the
Badge
badge
is
on the
on the
front.
shocks and it's woven in. Not a
That's a
bad look.
beautiful touch. Um,
Yeah, I like
because that
this.
last season,
Should we get up the last season one to compare?
yeah, because that was one of the top ones from last season, wasn't it? It was,
Yes.
and it was risky as well because there was a lot going on, but they pulled
Here
it
we go.
off.
The away kit, I mean, we'll come on to this. Their away kit was possibly the kit of the season last year.
Yes, which
That was fantastic.
the one of our prize drawers
Oh yeah, of course, Matt, who won our prize, got this kit.
chose that kit. Excellent choice.
But this was the home, and again, it's a bit pixelated, but yeah, it was quite nice. You can see the kind of
But
um,
I think so. They've gone for rather than blue being the predominantly color as it was last season. They've gone for the red, which is quite
yes.
interesting.
But I
The
think if you
little
have red and blue stripes, what are you going to do to create some variation? Let's change the
yeah,
dominant color, right?
but
I
I
quite like.
like
I mean, I like this a lot. I think it's a good kit. I think it's a really smart kit.
yeah, I
Really
agree.
good finishes.
Honestly, to
Nice
be honest, mate,
details.
the socks sell it for me. I love that.
Sell it.
I'm happy to put this as an A.
I think that's an A. Yeah. Well, let's put that as an A and come back because for me, you might disagree with this. Things get a little bit tastier with the away kit. I'm going to say I am a big fan.
This is where we differ, isn't it,
I
Albert?
can. I get it. I get it.
I mean, it's a cool kit. Socks as well. Once again, very nice.
Yeah.
It's similar to this that Arsenal away kit that came out, which is I think is dividing people about if it's too much. That this
It
is
reminds me of. It reminds me of the Spurs kit. Can I grab that?
oh, great shout.
What was it
Yes.
called?
Well, that was like
Like what year?
was it
This
like
one.
ink? That's
This
it. Yeah, yeah,
like the Milky Way or something.
yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
reminds me of that
Foiled.
color scheme.
It looks cool. I won't deny it's cool. But as I was saying, like I feel like you're a man who's happy to have quite a lot of stuff going on in his kit. So I'm more of
Mm,
a simple classic man.
mm.
Of course, you bought that Moran's kit a few seasons ago, which
Should have
I
worn
was,
that for this one.
which I thought was a bit too. It's cool, and it's not bad, is it? It's not horrible because it quite easily could have been disgusting.
Mm.
If he moves his hand away, Albert, is that sort of like a black lightning bolt,
That is a
um,
great point. Let me try and get a better picture.
like a all black lightning bolt? Because
I only
that's a
downloaded
slightly
one
nice
picture.
detail.
So it
Oh,
looks
there you
like
go.
this. Can we see that properly? Sorry. Footy headlines Barney describes
Oh.
them as jaw dropping. Um, there you
Do you know
go.
what? I was going to say actually.
Look
I
at
think
that badge. Whew,
yeah, that the badge is actually quite cool.
that's a lovely badge.
I was going to say, but generally, I feel like people's reaction to the Portuguese kits have generally been really positive.
Mm.
Like even some of the ones in the lower divisions as well. People are saying that these are the greatest kits. Oh,
This badge reflects the light and changes color.
I don't mind that.
So
The only
I'm
thing I
gonna
was going to
let's get to
say,
it, Barney, because for me this was going to be my first candidate for S, but I feel like you're not feeling the same way, so I respect
no,
that.
I was going to say if you're having this as an S, I'm definitely having that Boa Vista
Yeah.
away as an S
Well, do you
because
know what? Should we be positive? Should we put them both in S?
let's do that. Yeah,
Should we do that? Let's be positive. Where's it gone? I will put. Where'd it go? I've lost it. That one in S, and I will move that one up to S as well. I think that's fair because I really like that, and I think there's a lot of good stuff about it. It's bold, but they pulled it off.
I can see it
Um,
growing on me.
mm,
And you tell you, like you said, Albert Lacatoni, that's they've made some good moves, man. They're not afraid to go for it.
we will see some more of them
Yeah,
today. Should we do the last one? Because there is one more. They've given us alternate kit as well. This one's much simpler. It's kind of a white with that pattern. Um,
Langer looks good in that.
yeah, nice kit, smart. Continues the crest on the socks. Continues the pattern from the home kit, except you get it all the way across. Sponsor doesn't mess it up. That's solid.
Yeah,
Very solid.
Can't fault that really.
Yeah, let's look at what we got in maybe A actually. I'm thinking because the ones in B have been a bit more like templates.
Yeah,
That's not really a template, so maybe it deserves an A.
yeah, I'm
It's
happy
kind
for
of
that to be an
borderline, but I like them, so let's stick it in. Let's deal with Estoril very quickly, Barney, because they've got the same kit as last year.
A. Oh, is it the same?
So they've kept the same kit as last year. So I don't know how we want to treat this. They've kept all three kits the same because they said it's more environmentally friendly. And I remember at the time this kit came out, this kit is made of recycled materials. So their home kit, their whole thing is like, sustainability, which I respect. That said, this is a kit judgment and it's not a new kit. So I don't know how we treat this because I do really like this kit.
Oh, that's good.
In
I like
fact,
Kappa.
we went on holiday to Cascais. I went to the club shop and I wanted to buy it, but
Oh, yes.
it was out of stock because there was a friendly against Fulham the day before, and all the Fulham fans had bought every single copy of the kit, except this is quite funny. There were only sizes small left because I guess all the English football
Yeah,
fans don't require a small.
yeah,
So yeah, I don't know how you want to treat this. I really like it. I liked it last year.
yeah. I rate it. It's a good kit. It's clean. Kappa. I like rate Kappa kits.
Mm.
Um,
David,
and I
and
guess
by
we
the
got
way,
respect.
I didn't bother putting the away and alternate because it's the same. So this was just more of a one to reflect all three of the same kits.
I think we should stick it in B, shouldn't we? Because it's
Yeah.
not special. I respect the fact they've gone for sustainability.
Last year it would have been an A. This year, just because it's the same, I think it's a
Yeah.
B. Yeah. There we go. Well,
I'll tell you what, I'd be interested now because I wonder what that says about the football shirt buying culture in Portugal. Because I feel like I don't know, the impression I've got from your trips out there is that it's not perhaps as taken up as it is elsewhere in Europe. Like it doesn't seem like particularly
they're
first of all
very
the price.
expensive. They're very
Yeah.
expensive. And also, I think, to be honest, I mean, Estoril's average attendance was less than 1,000 people, so I don't think
Yeah.
there's so many kids. All right, let's get on to one of the new teams in the league. The new boys, Estrela de Amador, have come in, and have they made a splash? I'm inclined to say yes, with this lovely number from Umbro. Umbro is not a brand that we see in Portugal very much at all. I think it's the first Umbro kit I remember seeing in Portugal.
Yeah, I was going to say because they had some Have they recently done some kits in Brazil?
Yes, yeah.
I remember when they did the Lille kit, which I've got in France quite a few years ago now. I mean, Albert, yeah, this is lovely. This is lovely stuff. Let's be honest, they had a head start with the color scheme for Estrella.
Beautiful.
It's a really nice color scheme. Some beautiful. We've seen some great stripe kits of them in the past. Do you know, Albert? I might go as far as to say the Umbro bits around the arms just tip it over for me. If they kept that clean,
in a good or a bad way.
In a bad way.
Okay.
I think if they hadn't had those, it would have been like top tier. But I think that it's just a little bit too much from Umbro. I think less is more in that sense.
I quite like that, and I think Umbro is one of those brands with quite an iconic logo in the same way that Kappa does, where it almost warrants the repeated pattern. I'm thinking of Barney, that Manchester United kit from the 90s with the long sleeve, and it had the white stripe all the way down the Umbro, and it actually added something. So I don't mind it. But yeah, I mean, I really like this kit.
Sponsors a bit naff.
Sponsors. I mean,
I'm trying to find faults because this is
can't really blame them for that.
It's a great kit. I think particularly the detailing behind, sort of underlying, sort of the stripe pattern going on. The Umbro logo is really nice with sort of black and white. It's and like we've talked about previously, they haven't tried to do anything different with the stripes. They just kept it simple, like a really classic striping system with the thin white lines. Yeah, it's really, really nice, man.
Is it an S?
I don't feel I can put it as an S.
Do you know what? For some reason, I think the same. I think we have to go with our gut.
Yeah,
I think it's an A. I think it's an A.
That's certainly an A. Yeah,
one of the best ones. One of the best A's.
I tell you what, I can see it growing on me as the season goes. I think come the end of the season, I might really, really love that.
And the away. Oh, that's a tiny picture. All right. I didn't realize how tiny that picture was. Yeah, Australia used to be with Lacatoni, but no longer. There's the away kit. You can see it a little bit better there. Same umbrella.
It's Italy, isn't it?
It's quite Italy, isn't it? It's quite Italy-esque. I think that's more of a B. It's a bit more plain, collar. Maybe
I really like the sleeves collar in this sense.
Yeah.
I was going to say I like the collar sleeving system. This one.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not an A. It's probably a B.
Yeah,
it's a strong B though.
Still nice though, but it's a B. All right, let's mark that one in.
It's a nice shade of blue as well to have in the league.
Nice shade of blue. All right, let's see Family Cow. That's the home kit. That's all right. I mean, it's mainly white.
Yeah, it's another placard.pt sponsor, isn't it? Which I'm getting a bit sick of actually, if I'm honest.
There's more to come.
It's all right, yeah. It's reminding me of something. I can't put my finger on it. Like a spaceman or something. The collar. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, when they take their helmet off and they go that little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all right. Things I like. It's the color scheme of the badge. They've not overcomplicated it. It looks nice and clean. It's so plain though, man. It's very plain.
Yeah,
but it is nice. It's like nice plain. It's not just like cheap.
Yeah, they do. They do usually go down the plain route. I mean, this is the problem with white kits, isn't it? Yeah. Although you think of actually, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Real Madrid's kit.
It's the same color scheme, isn't it? Really, yeah. The gold, blue, and white.
The little detailing. But then I think Real Madrid's kit's an example of what you can do by adding those more details across the kit with the blues and the golds. So they kept it quite simple like this. So I don't know. I'd probably go B.
I think B's fair. I do quite like it, but it's a bit plain.
Oh, sorry, but still that C.
Yeah, when you're looking at some of these others. All right, and then the away is a bit nicer.
Is that Ivan Rodriguez? Isn't he gone now?
Yeah, I think he probably has.
And Gustavo Sari might be going.
It's quite nice. It's a bit better, I think.
Nice shade of nice color. It is a nice color.
That's true. I like the navy. And I like the color scheme. The navy and yellow is quite nice.
No, I think this is better. This would be a B for me.
I
I quite like this.
Sorry, Frank, there's not much to talk about, to be honest. It's all a bit.
It's Macron though, isn't it? I'm not the biggest fan of Macron kits.
I can't remember seeing a Macron kit and thinking, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and I feel like they've been in this league a long time now. They've always dotted about.
Coasting.
Need some more Umbros coming in, don't we?
Barney, it's about to get serious. We're going to look through all 4 Ferenz kits, starting with that. And it's a beauty.
It is a beauty.
I think it's outstanding. I think.
But
This is how you
by
do.
the placard logo.
I know, true. But this is how you do a classic template, i.e., you're an Ajax with the straight red stripe, your Ferenz with the black and white half and half. This is how you do it and elevate it. I think this looks fantastic. This little detail.
The detail's lovely, yeah.
The gold on the sleeves and the cup. I think this is it. I think this is fantastic. Do you know what? I don't mind the sponsor. Actually, I don't think it's that bad. It's a bit annoying. Would you prefer if they'd done the sponsor in gold or something?
Well, this is the difficulty with you have the split down the middle, don't you? Because it's
they could have been clever and done the PLACA in black.
No.
Well, there you go. They've got to make a choice then, and I think red is probably the best choice.
Well, they could have gone blue, like the little detail on the badge. No, it's a good kit, and like you say, it's when you're a team like Friends, like the classic split down the middle or diagonal. I think if they've done previously, it's it's very provocative to me. I just can't stop seeing Ryan Gould in it. You know what I mean? It's it's I like this kit. It's a good one. It's what are we saying? Could be an A.
I'm tempted, Barney, to go S. I'm tempted. Do you think the sponsor just pulls it down to an A? Should we look at if we look at the ones we've got in S at the moment? We've got the Bovista away, and we've got the Shavs away. I think
both placard PT as well.
But on both of those, you can look past the sponsor.
Yeah.
The only thing you can't do with this is look past the sponsor, and I think for me that possibly just brings it down.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, like, if you think back to iconic kits, I can imagine a different sponsor in all red and it absolutely working. Do you know what I mean? Like
possibly
like a Muller. I don't know. But like, do you know what I mean? I can imagine a sponsor working in the red, like it looking quite distinctive. Yeah. But this is just, I don't know.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best A's.
Yes,
but it is just an A. All right, we've got to try and rattle through these. We've got 4. So let's do away, which is this black and gold. Very nice, and the sponsor looks better. I think if they'd done that same, they had that kind of pattern behind the faint pattern on the home kit. If they'd done that here, I think it should have been really strong.
I don't know. I like the subtlety of it but then you go big with the lion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we've just done a kit that's black and gold, so I can't think about it. But it's good like that, isn't it? It's have we done black and gold?
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, I know I rate this. It's nice. I'd stick this as an A.
We quickly actually just run through all the Friends kits. They've got an all white number that has got that's a low res image, but they have got the pattern behind, and then the theme that's all white. Then they've got this one, and then they've got this gold number.
Ooh. And that's the two-tone gold there. I really like. I'm tempted to
go on.
No, I was going to say that's definitely an A, the gold one.
I think they're probably all A's. I would consider that an A, except maybe that's a B.
The white's too basic, mate. It's. Did you say it's got detailing on the white?
Yeah, you can't quite see it, but can you kind of tell? Sorry, yeah, it's got the same. Yeah. It's got this.
I mean, maybe we should be docking them down some points for the washing line announcement pictures.
I quite like it. I love the fact that someone's had to put a washing line up on the middle of their pitch as well. I just love the fact that that's happened. Yeah, should have got some wooden pegs.
I'd put them all A apart from the white. I'd put that as a B.
I like it. I'm happy. Let's do it. So that's a B. That's an A, and that's also an A. Fantastic. Very nice, Florence. Good work. 0%, we've only got one, but this is another very popular one. So I struggle to find a good picture, but this is the best one that kind of shows off
Another Lacatoni, another one with a lot of detail.
This is another really popular one online, and I really like it as well. I think red and gold is difficult to get right because they're two very bright colours.
Roma.
Yeah. But I think this does get it right. And I think the fact that they're committed to the gold with every single element.
Badge,
pure red and gold. And this is another anniversary kit, so we have to take that into consideration. Lacatoni, it's a classic for them with the pattern bind. It's a great sponsor. It's a great sponsor. I love it. I like it. I'm convinced.
Yeah, I brought up my I was looking at my Samuelino kit from 2 seasons ago, and that's obviously the red and white detailing. But this is just heads and shoulders above that. This is a special kit. I think this is this is really clean, really nice.
Mm. We go S. I think we're
I could go S for this. I'd happily go for S for this one.
Let's do it. All right. Well,
looking forward to see the away actually when they release that. Because
okay,
here we go.
Now, Moraens, who've treated us with some great kits over the years. Before we put it up, it's another checked kit. It's just white and green checks,
How far with checks?
How far out can you go? Well, first thing, okay, before we talk about anything, Barney, have you ever heard of CDT?
No. No, I was going to say yes then, but I can't remember what sport. Is it squash or something?
Could be.
I don't know.
I mean, it's bold. It's very bold.
It's very bold. One of their saving graces with this kit is the shade of green. If they'd gone paler like the badge, it's an absolute.
It's over.
It's a lot. It's way too much for me. Like I said, I can't deal with too much. But the fact that they've gone for that slightly darker green is doing them favors. But I don't know, man. It's what don't classic football shirts have a section on their website? What is it like?
The Hall of Shame.
Hall of Shame, and they have that
the pizza kit and all that kind of stuff.
The brown Porto kit. I don't know.
Does this? Can you see this kit on that page? Is the question.
Possibly. I don't know. Have you got anything positive to say about it? Because you've purchased the Moraens kit in the past, Albert. Let's not forget.
I don't mind it. No, listen, it's not great, but I kind of, in a weird way, I like it. But it's absolutely crackers. It's completely bonkers. Look, I mean, should we just try and count how many different patterns there are? Again, I don't know if people can see my cursor. So you've got this kind of, so let's go from top right on his shoulder, the right shoulder as we're looking at it. That kind of weird check with the holes in. Then you've got the diagonal check. Then you've got all of this square pattern and then the small squares. And then there's like all this geometric stuff. It is insane. It is absolutely insane. But that almost makes me respect it.
It's not as bad as you were talking about with the everything, all things Abelard boys the other night about the sporting training kit where they have a different pattern for every shirt.
Oh yeah.
It's better than that because that is just lines, just like you can sort of understand the patterns on this one just about. I don't know, man.
I think we put it in D.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that I don't love it. If that makes any sense at all. And then away, Barney. Is that better or worse? I think it's a little bit better.
It's a little bit better
because it's a bit more
nice
subtle.
colours.
I actually quite like the colour scheme.
Oh, is that the new league ball as well? By the way,
could be.
Are they going to Puma?
There might be.
So that's I don't wonder if they put that in on purpose as sort of reference, although it's not exactly right there. It's not that colour match. It's better. It's better. Is it better than the Braga away?
Yeah, I would say so. Actually, I would rather wear that shirt than Braga away.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
because Braga away was just lazy. This is a bit weird, but it's unique and kind of cool in a weird, unique way. But
nice
I still
color.
don't think it's good.
Looks like nice fit with the tight sleeves.
I think it's
all right.
maybe a C, maybe a C,
Go
because
on, and give them a
I can't
C.
say that it's good, but I do respect that they've gone bold. I do respect it.
But I wish I knew what they did last season because it felt like the season before when they were still in the top tier, they once again
Yeah,
went too crazy.
maybe they got a bit
It,
overexcited.
yeah,
Um,
I just
we've
want
got
them
a
to
bit.
calm down for a season. Just give us some normal minds, kids.
We've got a bit of kit news, Barney, which is that Portsmouth had their first new kit in 7 years, and this is what
Mm.
they've come up with. I'm
I
going to say
really
it
like
straight
this.
away. I think it's worse than the previous one that they had for 7 years. I think they should. I think they should have just kept that.
I like this, man. The collar's nice. It's we've talked about stripes already, and like how like what can you do? There's only so much stuff. I like the way the Mizuno logo is sort of cleared out with the white to sort of highlight that. I like the
Mm.
sleeves. I like the sort of cut, the way the sort of the different angles of the stripe goes off the sleeves and the chest. I I don't know. I quite like this. Although I'm suddenly I now I can't get Footlocker out of my head. I
Yeah,
could.
this looks like there's a shoe brand in the UK called Foot Locker, and all the staff wear this.
Oh yeah.
I'm not. Do you know what, Brian? I just don't like thin stripes like
Oh,
this.
I quite like a thin stripe.
Not a big fan. I don't really like this. What do you? I mean, if you want to pick something, I'll go with it. I just don't. I don't really like this.
I feel like we're between a B and a C, aren't we?
I would personally go C, but I don't mind if you choose whatever you want. I don't mind. I just yeah, I'm not going to fight you on this one.
Well, I think this is the problem, isn't it? Like, I feel like both of us, as our listeners might know, or maybe they don't. We go through seasons, and we have that one shirt that we desire as the season progresses. And last season it was Passos for me, but I've always said to you that I could quite easily see myself falling for this kit, this being the one I want to get. So I want to put it B because just
Mate,
personally I have to push for it.
absolutely fine. I'm not got a problem with that. It's not for me, but it's not. I don't hate it at all. And then there are okay, that's the world's smallest picture. It's a yellow kit with a black collar. Um,
Is that Jasper? Jasper Sylvester,
that
the
is, yeah. I could
ex-Fulham
try
player?
and find a better picture, but
Because and that's another reason why I want this kit because I want to get Jasper on the back, number 7, which I
yeah.
think he's got.
Here we go.
Uh,
This is a bit. This will be a bigger picture. Um, this kind of yellow. It's got this yellow and then this.
oh God, that is that the third kit? Oh God, that's not on
I
there.
didn't even
That's
notice that one. I
horrible.
have to say.
That is disgusting.
Oh, I completely ignored that. I mean, look, there's no
That
pictures
is
of it.
a medic's top, isn't it, or something like that? It's like a
Yeah.
goalkeeper coach top or something like that. It's not. Yellow's
Well, there
alright.
you go.
I mean, no, nothing special, is it?
No.
I like Mizuno.
I love Mizuno. Yeah, I'm a big Mizuno fan, but that's not it. I think that's a C, mate.
Yeah, if you've given me a B on the home, we got to put that C.
Our next big club is Porto, and their home kit is it's blue and white stripes by New Balance.
God,
It's the same
Pepe
as
looks so old,
he
doesn't he?
looks so old, man. Oh my god, the poor guy. Let him sit down. I mean, it's the same kit as last year.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
different? Can you tell me what the difference is
I
from
like
last year?
the color of the collar.
They had the same color, didn't they last year as well? Have that?
I don't know, man. It's I'm a bit
I mean, it's a
disappointed with
class.
New
It's
Balance.
classic. It's classic, but it feels harsh to say because you're basically criticizing Porto's identity. I love the blue and
No,
white
no,
stripes. It's
yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
classic, but this kit is just a little bit average
We've
for me.
seen so many Porto home kits in the
They've done
past that
good
have
ones.
absolutely killed it. Think of the Nike ones, the sort of
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot you can do with this. New Balance have seemed to have played it safe for the last few years, and
And the sponsor I don't like. It's like the
no,
navy blue with the
Batanya's
orange
well,
and the
it's the big orange B, isn't it? It just
yeah.
ruins it. It's too much. Um, Pretty average for me. I put this as
C.
a C. Yeah,
Yeah. But again, similar to other teams, I think it gets better. So this is the away. Bonnie, how do you feel about this?
I haven't. This is the first time I've seen this, Albert.
Go on.
I love the collar. I like the
Same.
stripe on the sleeve. I like the little detailing at the top.
What do you think? Do you like the
Oh, the
colour?
badge looks good as well. This is quite nice. It's interesting, isn't it? But we're seeing a lot of gold in
Yeah.
these kits throughout the league. But this is I'm quite fond of this kit.
I quite like this as well. I like this quite a lot. I saw a lot of people react to this negatively, but I looked at this and I thought, that looks quite nice.
Yeah, the badge is set
I
completely
love.
sold it for me.
I really like that color combination of the golden and
Mm,
dark blue.
totally
Um,
honest, it looks good in it.
he
It looks
does.
good. This is a good one for me, Albert. I could put this as an A.
Well, I tell you what. Let's look at the alternate.
Oh, I do remember this now with the rings.
I think I like this more, and actually, I think this is
Yes.
the best of the bunch.
What's up with
I
this?
think the thing is, the badge is what kills it. Look at that piped kind of embroidered edge. Really good attention to
That
detail.
is
The gold on
stunning.
the blue, really nice badge. The color combo is nice. I really like that blue color, slightly metallic blue.
I'm enjoying this sort of one stripe on the sleeve as well. I don't know what that's in
Did they
reference
do that
to.
on the other ones? They seem to have got
They
one
did it on the
detail, and to be
home.
fair, they do have that there, and they've got a similar kind of detail on one sleeve there. So
I think we've got to go in order.
yeah,
The
yeah.
I was going to say BA, but now I'm going to do AS.
My instinct was C B A,
Yeah, let's do that.
or
That
maybe
is
A,
that.
or maybe A, and then just that's a better A than that one. But I think that's probably a B actually. I think
That's a B.
this chest thing
Oh,
lets it down.
I don't mind
I
that.
would say if it was just these stripes all the way, I would personally prefer that. The vertical stripes.
Yes,
I think I would prefer that
that
all the
would have been
way.
wicked actually. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Oh
So
man, that third kit though, I don't know that's
that's
really
lovely.
going to grow on me. That
Well, are you thinking S? We don't have to be shy about it.
I'm tempted to put that as an S.
Well,
Just the
let's look at it
badge.
again,
Look at
just
the
to remind
badge.
ourselves of the other S's that we've put.
Yeah, if
Zero
you're putting
percent
that zero,
red and
it's
all
very
gold.
similar.
I think let's do it. I
Yeah.
think that goes in S. And I think that's still a B for me.
Okay.
Um, I like that. Okay, and then we're getting through them now. Only a few left. In fact, only three left. Let's talk about Rio Ave.
Ooh,
Ah, um, yeah, not for me.
fucking Puma, man.
You know what? And I felt bad about this, but Sporting also had with Nike had the green and white stripes, but they had these little weird double stripe.
Mm,
I didn't like that, and I don't like
nah.
this. And do you know what? It's also a bit of a crime. The sponsor is plastic and put on, and the white doesn't match.
Yes.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a C for me, Barney.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's
That's not
too
doing
boring
anything
to
for
be a
me.
D, but it's a C. Um, and then the away, I think is better. They've done a better job with the away kit. It's Puma. It's a nice
Ooh.
color scheme, but it's a Manchester City kit.
Yes, it is.
That's the
It is a
problem.
Manchester City kit.
But it is nice. Like they've got this nice pattern here. I like the
Oh,
white
the
stripe.
pattern's nice.
It is nice, and it's a nice fit as well. I like the collar, the way it fits on the shoulder.
Yeah, that's good for
I
that's
cannot
nice
think
for a
anything of a Manchester City when I look at it, though. But it
yeah.
is still nice. And to be fair, there is a reason behind it. It's meant to mean something about the sea, you're out by the coast.
Yeah.
So I think, what do you think?
B.
Yeah, I think B. That's fair. But yeah, that would be one of the better Bs. Okay, nearly there. Three left. Sorry, three left now. Sporting home. Oh, Barney, Sporting and Nike have not had a good relationship.
No, they haven't.
I don't like this at all.
No, I'm
I
not a
just
fan
think
of
it's
this Nike template in
boring.
general. I think the sort of the
Nah,
way that the
with the
curve at the top.
shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
I prefer that it's the thicker stripes, and I prefer that it's the solid stripes rather than, like I said, they had that strange kind of
yeah.
pinstripe. But it's very plain.
It's very plain. I feel like you could do so much with the sporting kit. It's such a
Yeah.
iconic color scheme. Um, yeah, it's no, it's a I don't know. Do you put it as a C? Like I'm looking at the Braga home and thinking similar things, you
Um,
know?
Similar, but it's not a B. If we're putting that Rio Ave and the Porto kit as a
Yeah.
B, it's not up there. So that's a C. And then the away. Again, I apologise, Sporting, if I've missed. I've only got two here. Apologise if I missed one. It's just white and green.
Yeah. What am I thinking? I'm thinking of Celtic kits
There was a Celtic kit with this exact thing, that mainly white with the very thin green. I think they used that as an away kit, I think.
But what I was going to say is that I feel like I've seen some banging Celtic kits, the way they've used the green and white patterns and the lines, and neither of these are it, are they?
Mate, it's
they're not.
exactly the same design. It's just boring.
Yeah, it's yeah, it hasn't got much going for it at all.
It's exactly the same, mate. I think we're sticking it straight on C.
Yeah.
And right, we're going to do Vittoria next to released 3 kits by Macron. There's the home. I'll run through these. There's the away. And there's the alternate. Home, it's such a big drop off from last season's kit, which was one of the kits of the season. And I'll just get a reminder in case people missed it. It was a centenary kit, so you understand the extra effort. But I mean, all 3 kits.
Well, it was the white.
I mean,
gold,
these were
wasn't
beautiful,
it?
Barney. Look at these.
Yeah.
Can we? So I hope people can see it. We're not blocking that.
I will say with the home kit for this year, it's going back to the black and white. It feels classic Victoria. It feels like a slightly iconic, the sort of collared sort of thing going on.
Yeah, I don't like these Macron templates. They look kind of amateurish to me. They just don't look stylish. They don't look modern. They don't look refined.
But
it's quite boring. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's like the only thing I've got going for it is the fact they've gone back to the black and white, which it feels
classic.
right for Victoria. Yeah. But then, you look at
there's a few details here at the bottom, which are quite nice. But
yes,
that's kind of it, really.
If you can see them.
Yeah. I think it's a C, man. Just
yeah. If we've done sporting a C, that's definitely a C. What do you think of the orange one?
Okay, should we do orange next? I think it's better. I think it's the best of the 3, actually.
The badge is really good against that orange. It's an interesting colour. I wouldn't have necessarily.
Do you know what I'm going to say, Barney? And I think I've hit the nail on the head here. This is a great goalkeeper kit.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure their goalkeeper kits from last season was orange.
This I think this is a fantastic goalkeeper kit. I think it will look nice on the outfield players, though. I think that will look nice.
Is that a little bit of detail there?
Yeah, a little bit of a diamond pattern. I think this is the best of the bunch.
It's the best of the bunch. I think it's a bold colour choice. I like it. Stay that as a B. I think the rest. Oh, sorry, go back to the away. I know I skipped over that. Is that
the black one has some kind of pattern as well? This is like the badge, right? It's just details from the badge. But again, it's kind of plain. Isn't it? I like,
better than the home, but not
still a C for me.
Yeah.
All right, last team, Barney, and we have Vizela, who have sacked off Lacatoni for Kappa. And I don't know how well you can see this. It was really hard to find pictures. I had to get a picture from a game. It's the same as the Estoril with that kind of collar. You see this collar thing?
Yes.
Classic color scheme. No real risks taken, but it looks nice.
Yeah, it's the shorts look nice as well. Yeah, this is all right. It's better than a C. It's got to be a B.
I think that'll be a B. And then again, sorry for the low res images. They only released a video, so I had to get screenshots. Actually, these are from 3 headlines, but they did the same.
I like this.
That's quite nice.
Honduras kit.
Good shout. And that's the away, kind of a black and gold.
So they're all the same template, but it gets better and better for me, Albert.
You think that's nice? I think that's a little bit plain. I do like, but it's a nice simple color scheme. That's quite nice. Again, simple. They're all simple, but they're all effective. I think. Yeah. Possibly for me, all Bs.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
With that being the one I would probably choose if I was going to get one. This white one.
Yeah, you'd have. Yeah.
It feels all good. Right. Well, that's nice and easy. Are these all going to fit?
Ooh.
There you go. All right. Well, there you go. There's our tier list. Let's kind of run through it. The D's, the disgraces. We had the Bovis, home shirt. Let's have a look at that again. Ugh, yeah. Not a fan. Braga away. Just really poor. Really poor. And then Morin's at home, which is a kind of ugly classic.
Raphael Martins was still there. You'd be buying that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, mate. 100%. A few in the C section there with the ones we just thought were poor, not good, not but
The
poor.
biggest shout's the Benfica one, isn't it?
The biggest
There's
shout's
a lot of
Benfica.
fans of that one.
If you have any problems with that, just send me a DM. I'll give you Barney's home phone number. And then at the top end, a few A's. The Ferenc kits we liked a lot. The Estrella kit, the Showers kits, the Bovista away. Let's run through these supers, see if people agree. Bovista Gold, really nice. And it's interesting how we've put Kelme, for Bovista, we put 1D and 1S. So, shows that they can do it. Then we've got the Shavs. This was really my selection. Shavs away. This is a little bit of me. This is very nice. Barney went for the 0% home. Was that your selection?
It was both of us. I think this is a great
I think we agreed on that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Porto third kit, which kind of came out of nowhere. But I do really like that. I think that's not really been talked about.
It came out early, didn't it? It came out really early.
Yeah.
But the badge is really steals it for me. I think interesting that Ferenc and Estrella have done really well. Both promoted clubs.
Newly promoted clubs. Done very well. And then Morrowind's let the side down with the promoted teams. Look, that's it. That's our tier list. If you agree or disagree, definitely let us know. Any final thoughts, Barney? Which one of these would you be buying if you had the choice?
Well, I mentioned the Portman one, but I think that's the thing with these kits for me. As the season progressed, there might be individuals who stand out, who catch my eye and make the kits look even better. It was Nicholas Guy's hand last time for Passos. I mean, I'm a big sucker for that Bovista kit, though. I think that's an absolute golden one. Literally,
quite literally.
I think do you know what? On a broader sense, Albert, I think generally the kits are pretty strong for this league.
I mean, look, the majority are B, A, or S. There's only a few in the C and D section,
and also by kit makers who perhaps we're not as familiar with. No, not many big hitters. Like there's no there's not many Nike or Adidas ones. So some decent kits.
Some decent kits. Well, let us know what you think. What's your favourite kit of the season? Which one will you be buying? Should we do another kit giveaway? Keep your eyes peeled for that because we might do one. I mean, I don't know. We haven't discussed it.
Yeah, might do.
We might do. All right. Thank you very much. Hang on. Where am I going? Thank you very much for watching. And who knows? Maybe we'll do another one of these one day. Probably not.